Hi, it's Alice. I'm back with market update for the Victoria Real Estate Board for January 2024. Let's go. Shall we start off with sales? We always start with sales. Let's go. So we had 341 properties sell in January versus last January we had 278 properties sell. So that was an increase of 22.7% for sales. Pretty good. So for new listings, we had 960 new listings come to market versus last January we had 805 new listings. So that's an increase of roughly 19.3%, which seems about right. It's busier. I'm getting more inquiries. People are kind of milling around thinking about spring is what I'm hearing. So those numbers seem right on track with what I'm experiencing as well. And for active listings, we had 2,140 active listings at the end of January versus last January we had 1,739 active listings. So that's an increase of 23%, which, it seems like a lot, but honestly it was really slow last year, and it's not surprising that more people are thinking about selling. There's less, a lot of people were sitting on their houses because they were very unsure of where things were going. But now the interest rates look like they're at least leveling out, so I think people are feeling a little bit more comfortable with making moves. So that would be my thought as to why more new listings and more active listings are available. My 2 cents. Okay, so let's get into condos. For condos, we had a benchmark price of $559,000, which is down 0.6% from last year, and sales are up 10.9%. So there's an increase in sales, but the prices aren't quite trailing up in that upward trajectory. And the median price was $540,000, which is only down 1.6% from last year. So they're kind of hovering in their price range. They seem comfortable. I do know, for instance, I listed a condo this week and there was quite a bit of activity, for what it was. And so it's surprising, but it's also not, because as I said previously, people are getting more comfortable with the rates, and I think they're acclimatized, so they're kind of coming out of their hiding, so to speak. Of course, that's not the same for overpriced listings, but if you're priced appropriately, there are definitely buyers out there looking. So yeah, I would anticipate sales will keep going up as we head into the spring. So for single family homes, we actually had an increase of sales of 35% versus last year, which is good. It's the same. Condos were up in sales as well, so we're seeing more sales in general. Townhomes are up as well. We had a benchmark price of $1.244 million, which is up 1.6% versus last year. And the median was down 2.3%, and it was $1,047,000. And so we're not seeing this huge roller coaster that I know people would love to see with prices, and especially going downwards. But it seems like it's leveling out. And in the real estate board's press statement, they said it's a fairly balanced market. And I would say in my experience, my daily life out there, it does feel balanced. It's not heavily weighed in one side or the other. So it's actually quite nice to see. Finally. If you heard some barking in the background, that's my Boston Terrier. She's geriatric, and my neighbor has a German Shepherd running around in my front yard, so she's going ballistic. But when they get old, it's kind of like you just let them YOLO anyways. I don't know. I just let her do her thing. But she's barking like crazy, so I hope she stays quiet for a bit longer. Sorry about that. Also, if you're wondering about townhomes, the average price for townhomes right now is $712,000, which is up 7.6% from last year. So again, as I've said over the years, when houses are expensive, townhomes tend to absorb that market of people who would rather have a house, but they can't afford them. So I would imagine that's why. Still, they're a strong thing to invest in, is townhomes right now. So yeah, they're up. And the last thing that is always on everybody's mind right now is interest rates. So they recently decided in their announcement to keep the rates at 5%, which is fine. It seems like they're happy with that right now. But as far as I'm seeing in the news, and Tiff Macklem saying it's too premature to bring in rate cuts because the inflation is still too high. So I'm hearing that from mortgage brokers too. It seems like the general idea is maybe in the mid to later half of 2024, we might start seeing rate cuts. But for now, it seems to be holding strong at that. And we would anticipate at the next announcement as well, which I think is in March, it will be the same story. So I'm still seeing buyers getting really good rates. Actually, they're not as bad as they were even a couple months ago. So it seems to be improving. Our lenders are finding more attractive packages to put together. So people are still financing and getting decent deals, and they're financing shorter term so they can renegotiate when the time comes. So that's all I've got for this month. It's not super eventful, but it is what it is. This is just, we're keeping you in the loop. I did see my first bidding war on a property of interest in quite a while. It has been a while. And got 5 offers within like 6 hours. So that was kind of surprising, but I do feel like they kind of priced it under on purpose. So, you know, surprise, surprise. But then there's also properties that are overpriced and they're sitting and they're not getting many showings. So again, this is balance. This is what it is. Some are bidding more, some are sitting. So yeah, but if you price on the nose, it seems like properties are selling within a reasonable time frame. If they're not asking a crazy price or way too low or way too high. So yeah, we're aiming for balance. But anyways, that's all I got for you. I am Alice Kluge of Haven Realty Group and eXp Realty. And if you need any help, you can find me all over the internet. Just Google my name. I'm there. Anyways, have a good day and we'll talk soon. Bye.